Good evening, everybody. Live from Amsterdam, Hollywood Productions. Welcome to Corona Diaries. Tonight, again, it will be a great chat with whom? With Clayton. Clayton is one of the great cast from Bold and Beautiful. Clayton Norcross. He did Bold and Beautiful. He played Tom Forrester, so he can join. So Clayton played Tom Forrester role in The Bold and Beautiful more than 33 years ago. Here is Clayton live from Hawaii.
Buongiorno tutti, parliamo un po' di italiano and aloha Hawaiian style. I am in Hawaii.
Aloha. So we were waiting for you. It is really great to see you, man. So, and welcome to my interesting chat.
Yes, I think you're doing a wonderful service here during the COVID pandemic when people are searching not only for some entertainment, but something of value. Thank you.
You're welcome. So it is nice to have you, also one of my guests. So it is nice to see you after many years, actually. I think it was a long time ago, the Bold and Beautiful. First, we can, I think, talk a little bit about Bold and Beautiful, because many people knows you as Tom Forrester, I think 33 years ago, maybe more than 33, I think now.
Yes, that was the beginning of production. We began in March of 1987.
Yeah, because we see the first cast photo. I think this is one of the first ones. And I see you with Ron, Susan.
Yeah.
You can see Terry, Ron.
Stephanie now has passed away, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago.
No, not Stephanie. Not Stephanie. Not Susan. No, I think Macy's mother. I forgot the name.
Yeah, for me, she's always my mother, Stephanie. My heart remembers her very well. You can see my sister, Kristen, there.
Yeah.
Terry Ann and I are still in communication, and I see Ron occasionally when we're traveling around and rubbing shoulders in Italy.
Yeah, it was great. And I want to show also one scene also with your brother. And that will be also fun, you know, because to see, maybe to remember old days a little bit.
Like
you can see. Yeah, I think it was really also, you know, I mean, I think, did you do the audition as like Tom Forrester or?
Oh, yes. Yes, I had very romantic scenes with Caroline, which they wanted to see a strong man, but also a man who is broken by his vulnerability. And this is that I, as a man, am able to walk, and I'll explain a little about that later.
Okay. So that was also a long time ago, I think, huh? Because...
Oh, yes, but your basic character is formed very young, you know?
Okay.
This is an example of a scene where I'm about to marry Caroline, of course, who was originally Ridge's great love. So he's getting ready to be my best man, which is odd in itself. And I am in his room trying to figure out if he is really at peace with this or if he is going to pull some kind of a stunt while I am getting ready to kiss my bride and accept Caroline into my heart and into my world. And of course, as you can see, he's being very dismissive, and I'm following him, trying to get this sense of what's going to happen here on my special day.
Yeah, and I think this is just from before the wedding, yeah?
Yes, this is right before the wedding. I mean, I'm putting his coat on. We're getting ready to walk out and stand the priest. And he's going, well, you know, I think that it's a great day for you. It's a hard day for me, but I'm going to do my best to hold you in high esteem, brother. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty impressed with the way you're showing this, but you can see the doubt in my eyes.
Yeah. Here's your father.
Dad.
Wow. Look at all those days, huh? Clayton. Wow.
Very fine actor and a wonderful, humorous man and a wonderful piano player. He's still on the show, and I love him very much. John McCook.
Yeah. John McCook, Eric Forrester. Yeah, it was really fun to see you guys, you know, like two brothers. And I worked with also Ron many times. He was in Amsterdam. He was my guest. We did some events, Comic Cons together, you know. So it was really, really cool, you know, also to see you guys all the time, you know. And how was the set, by the way?
My Hawaiian coffee. It's coconut flavored, and it's very Hawaii.
Wow, that's nice. So you are in the north of Hawaii?
Yes, I'm in the island of Kauai, which is a very special island. It's about 100 miles from the island of Oahu, which
Okay.
has the city of Honolulu, of course. They're having some pandemic issues there just because of the density. Here on Kauai, we only have about 60,000 population resident, which of course it triples when the tourists come in, but all the tourists are gone. I am a resident here because I own a home, which I'm sitting in now.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very beautiful place. It's the one place in the United States that has real rainforest.
Ooh.
There's towering trees, and we get the highest rainfall in the entire world in the center of this island, about 400 inches average per year.
Wow, that's really nice. I was in Honolulu one time. I was in Hilton Hawaiian Village, Waikiki, you know. We had great time actually, you know. I had with parrots. We were in the beach all the time, you know.
Very good experience. You know, there's lots of clubs, lots of girls, lots of boys, summer love. You know, it's very secluded here, and much more like Honolulu might have been in the 60s or something like that.
We like the street, you know, on the Waikiki, you know, all those pearls, you know, those pearls. You have to find the pearl, you know, in the, you know, I remember those, you know, the evenings.
I remember walking along Waikiki with my hand and just looking around at all the bikinis passing by. And oh, there's a Brazilian one I like a lot.
Yeah, wow, those are the good. Yeah, and Clayton, by the way, in the Bold and Beautiful, did you have any like fight scenes? You know, like you, I think you were a lot of times arguing in this show, huh, with your brother.
I remember one in particular. I'll tell you that was very pivotal for me. I was in a hospital room and I was not able to leave. I had an IV in and so on. I was sick of something, I don't remember what, but Ridge, I knew, was with my wife.
Yeah.
And sleep with her. He might, you know, pull some crazy stunt. And I was insane. I did this. The director said, "Come here, Clayton." Behind the set. And he said, "You see all these people out here?" We looked through the window of the set. And he said, "It costs $20,000 an hour to have all these people, these cameras, these sets, these editors, this studio, da 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 da." He said, "You know why you're still here? Because you're really, really good. If you take more than 2 takes to get this scene right, powerful, we can't keep you. You're too expensive. Get out, kick ass like you can." And I just went bonkers. I went to pieces. I was ripping the IV out of my arm. He came out.
Oh man, I can understand.
Bumps now, 30 years later, because this is a director who knows how to give his love to an actor, knows how to encourage you to let go.
Yeah,
and that's responded so powerfully to the character. We were a real good team.
And I found also one scene I want to show you. I think this is also an interesting scene. How you guys are two brothers. Look, let's see this one. I think this is also an interesting scene from Bold and Beautiful. Here you are.
You implied to me that you were seeing her. Look, why are you getting on my case? Because that woman loves you. She deserves a lot better than she got tonight. I'm sorry. For what? I should have been there. And why weren't you?
You become angry.
Thorne, I don't want to be questioned. I blew it. I admit it.
Look at Ron.
I'm going to bed.
Wow.
It was a mistake. A stupid mistake. Ooh, Rach. I'm not going to listen to any more of your questions. Look, I made a mistake. I learned a lesson. It's over.
What lesson? How to be faithful by having one last fling? Seems to me you've been doing that one most of your life.
I don't have to listen to this.
The best. Not almost the best. The very best. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sit and let you turn her into one of your doormats. You don't deserve a Ridge.
So this is episode 11
Good for you.
from 87. Can you imagine, Clayton? 87, the 11th episode.
For 30 years, so I'm very pleased that you've come.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That was, yeah. Interesting memories, huh?
The thing is, you know, I was not originally cast as Thorn.
No? Oh, I don't know.
And in the very last final viewings of the screen tests and so on, I think it was Lee Bell, the producer's wife, the executive producer's wife, said, you know what? Something's not right about this guy. That guy, Clayton, he had something. He had a vulnerability. He had a strange, you know, man-child thing going on. And we need him.
Okay.
And that are like, what am I going to do? Not listen to my wife that I have to sleep with? So 2 months after my audition, they called me and said, you got the role. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I'd forgotten about it. I'd let it go. I do as an actor. Otherwise, you go insane.
Yeah.
You know, starts to happen. Yeah, you know, I was only 11 days in there, but you could see I was completely committed to the role.
Yeah, I saw.
There were lumps and bumps, but I was basically functioning as the conscience that the of Ridge. He's having those thoughts, but I have to with this conversation. And this is called a sounding board in screenwriting, where you have someone to express your feelings to or deny them. So you got, oh, look what's going on here.
Yeah. And Clayton, after Bold and Beautiful, also you did several movies. Also, what I see here, also you did a movie also with many interesting actors. Even though you did a movie with Cynthia Rothrock, so you did a lot of action stuff too. Actually, action thrillers. I see Fatal Passion. Actually,
I did that back to America from Brazil, where I did a couple of series in Italy that were.
And we have always 18. Limited to 18. I don't know why.
There's a little bit of soft sexuality in it, nothing graphic, but you know, I think at that time, you know, that was done in the mid 90s. That was a bit of a different time when things were a bit more conservative.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Crazy in Holland, I mean.
And you're a good-looking man, you know. So I'm sure all the casting companies, they were all, you know, chasing you, and still look at you also, you know.
Well, you have to be careful about doing too much of that kind of thing. You know, if you ever do porn, for example, which I never did, though I was asked to, it stereotypes you in a very sordid corner of filmmaking that's very difficult to exit from. Yeah. So you have to be very careful about how you shepherd your career. In those days, you couldn't do too much television if you wanted to film. There wasn't much crossover. Now with Netflix, you've got very popular stars.
Yeah.
So it's Netflix changed completely the landscape of Hollywood. Now streaming are the main kind of films being done because they're cheap. They're less. How do you sterilize a film set from COVID?
Exactly.
Crazy party.
Exactly.
Weeks. You can't let people go home to their families and bring back God knows what the next day. If the star gets sick or the director gets sick, the production stops.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. You can't do it.
Yeah.
So big challenge in Hollywood about how to continue to make our projects without undue risk, and the insurance companies have made it very clear they're not going to insure anybody against COVID. That is out of the bag. So it's a very interesting time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and those times also in 80s, I think, also many people also post for Playboy, Playgirl, Playboy magazines, you know. Actually, you know, all those guys, you know, like everybody was on the covers of Playgirl. Also, the girls are on Playboy. All those, you know, Playmates.
Why not? You know, I mean, sexuality is a beautiful thing. I'm a very I have no qualms about that. But I think there's a time to do it. And in this time, this social environment, for example, this whole popular hookup thing, you can't with somebody. This is like the AIDS epidemic. You take your life in your hands. Know nothing about, much less whether they're infected or not. So it's a very interesting time for romance. And I've been talking with my partner, Renee Piani, about this a lot.
I call this love and romance. You know what I mean, huh?
Yeah.
Because I see on your page, actually, I'm following you in your accounts, in your profiles, and I always see love and romance.
Yes, well, I think, you know, this is how my career started. Bold and Beautiful was all about that. I gained a great deal of notoriety as some sort of a love expert, but I have matured a lot as a man. I just recently went through a breakup, and a woman that I loved very much, and I continue to love, but I realized that the relationship was not able to continue because of a long distance.
I want to announce, all ladies, Clayton is single. We can continue.
But you know, I'm much freer in my soul now,
Okay.
because freedom, as in no commitments, and then there's freedom in your heart to really be able to give love with an open heart. Many men and women there, they may not be with somebody right now. They may be out there hooking up,
Yeah.
but are they able for love in their heart? We're talking about that,
Yeah.
and I think powerful. I remember the first night I was in Amsterdam years and years ago. I was walking down one of the red light district streets. I didn't know where I was. And I looked in a window and I saw a scantily clad woman, you know, looking very seductively at me and touching her and beckoning me inside. And I was like, me? I thought I was just lucky and walking by some woman's window. We don't do that in America.
Yeah. And did you go in?
No. But I realized, this is how they do it in Holland. If you want to have sex with, I've never hired a hooker. I never would. I don't have to do that. But quality is another, not that easy thing to find. You know, you have to learn to take your time, ask some questions, find out what love phase the other person is in. Yep. You know, heartbroken? Did they just come out of a marriage? Yep. Are they out doing 10 different people? You know, where are they in terms of really being ready for what you're ready for?
Exactly.
And about this in Love Tips on Saturdays on Clayton, Norcross .official, and I welcome you to join us.
Yeah, so follow Clayton from his profile on Instagram. He has a very good profile. Yes, and learn about love and romance. So this is really interesting topic.
Well, I've been pursuing this and growing in it myself,
yeah.
But I began to see a pattern in the last 10 years of my life about the kind of woman, and more importantly, the kind of situation that I was choosing. These women who were kind of unavailable. Yeah. What's going on? And then I began to notice some patterns from my childhood, yeah, where my working all the time and was very unavailable. So there's a certain amount of that is familiar to my emotional life, my little guy inside. And yeah. So I would.
And Clayton, I have a question here, by the way, about this subject. Don't you think the older you get, the standards are getting higher?
Not necessarily. There are plenty of men my age who never grow up. They're continuing to choose women who are devious or selfish, sadistic, and they really have not learned. Age is no guarantee of maturity, friends.
Yeah, because you look very good, like you are in, I think, around 50s, and you look really very good.
Very much. Well, I take good care of my body. I train every morning. I eat largely a vegan diet. Occasionally, I'll have a piece of fish when my body is craving. But I think lifestyle is, limiting smoking. If I've never done drugs, I like a glass of wine or two once in a while.
But really, you look good. I mean, you look much younger than your age. I mean, I say like 10 years younger.
Oh, well, thank you.
I said, that's why I said, I can imagine, you are like 50, between 50, 56. I can give you 56, 55.
My doctor said, my heart doctor said, when he put me on an EKG, he said, you have the heart of a 40-year-old man.
You see?
You know, I'm intense stress. We've got you at 150 beats a minute, and you're striding along. So age is really, Virl, quite relative to how you take care of your body. You know, 50 years old for you. I know guys that are 20 years younger than me who are years older.
Yeah.
And it's because they smoke, they drink a lot, they do drugs, they stay out all night. It's not a balanced life. It's not a sustainable life. If you want, you have prized possession.
Yeah, exactly. And do you do sports also? Gym, fitness, running? Do you do any sports?
My trainer is in Italy, and I'm 12 hours different, completely on the other side of the globe from Italy. He trains me at 8 o'clock in the evening his time, 8 o'clock in the morning my time, and we get on an app like Instagram. I can see him, he can see me, and he trains me for an hour. Yeah. But the thing I love,
of course, you are 12, and you are 12 hours behind. So it is now, I think, around 10:30.
Yes,
in Hawaii.
Exactly. 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And so it's really good. The body needs exercise. It's like when you squeeze a tube of toothpaste to make the toothpaste come out. Without that comes out. The muscles are the same way. They have toxins inside. You need to flex them to get the toxins out into the lymphatic system and to be eliminated.
Yeah.
People who don't, they're like a garbage can that never gets empty.
Okay. And Clayton, also, it was really nice to talking to you. You know, sometimes a little bit connection, the sound comes and goes, your sound, but I think it is, yeah, we cannot do anything because you are in Hawaii and we are in Europe, in Amsterdam, and the connection, and it's very busy time now. Actually, a lot of people are on chat, live connections, you know.
I have a good internet signal here. I think it's more there's a lot of, we're burning up the phone line. I'm about to do a film in Last Resort. It's an action film, you know, kung fu fight. Training for that with the martial arts expert.
Okay.
Military martial arts. And that's going to shoot as soon as the country opens up and my producer can travel from France. It's a French-Italian co-production that I'm very thankful for. And, you know, I had to make a choice when I left Beautiful to either stay like Ron Moss did and do 25 years of production and make that my career. I always wanted more than that. I wanted to do film. I wanted to travel the world. So I chose freedom. And just for the fans who wonder, that's why I left the show.
Okay. Okay. And you did also Hawaii 5-0.
Yes. I had the good fortune to come here and do, I think, an episode in their second season where I played with James Caan's son. And Alec, it was a very powerful episode. I played a father whose daughter had been murdered, but not just murdered in his house while he was sleeping upstairs. So they all think he did it, of course, but I didn't. So it was a very strange push-pull of trying to deflect their accusations while trying to find out who really did it. Very interesting role.
Yeah, that's nice. And also another action movie in Thailand.
Yes, this action movie is called Last Resort, and I play a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is really, because frankly, in acting training, you never can make yourself bad. Everybody's trying to do what they think is perfectly right to do. Even thieves, even murderers, they think that's the right thing to do here. So the mind is very powerful, and so bad guys don't know they're bad. And so I get to play a handsome fellow, I hope, against type, and people go, "Oh my God, he did that? He just shot that guy right then." It adds an extra dimension of whoa, you know, about a diabolical quality. And this is what's great fun as an actor, to take an audience one way, slap them back the other way. And that adds a like suspense. It's really fun for the audience.
And also a comedy. In Italy, a comedy film.
Recently, I did a wonderful comedy. It was my first foray into Italian comedy, which is a type, as you know. And it was called Ciao Brother, and a very funny piece that I did. I played a very straight sort of Texas millionaire who sets up the story about Pablo and Pedro were the comedians. You can Google them and see their wonderful work, yeah, mostly in Italian, but they do some things in English. And they're very well known in Italy. And I sort of set up their two brothers, erstwhile brothers. One's fake, one's real. And he's trying to insert himself into the family to get money. Very Italian story. And it was great to be able to and help write the comedy and set up the way for them to go. You always need a straight man in comedy, and you need the buffoon. That's a typical comedy, like Laurel and Hardy, like Abbott and Costello. You know, it's the whole Monty Python gang. They play off of each other. And this was a dynamic I got to play, and I think it's available.
Yeah, and we have some interesting questions. Actually, I see some questions, but I'm just reading quickly. And also, Bailing joined us, the actress Bailing. We say hello to Bailing. Thank you for joining us. We have Vio from Hong Kong. We have Dries from the islands in Holland. Actually, he's near, I think, Den Helder in the north. And we have, of course, Bram Heymans is watching us. My team is watching us. Thank you. And Yolanda is watching us. She's a big fan of Bold and Beautiful. Yolanda.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, she's a faithful a long time been on that.
Yeah, they're all watching us. So we say hello. And yeah, it is interesting.
You know,
it's the technology.
I hear a lot from my fans is, gosh, you know, I didn't watch the show as much after you left. You know, it's a very lovely say to me, because it just says that they really loved my work. And the other actors on the show are doing fine work. 4 men have played the role of Thorn since I left, and all of them have done a great job in their own way. You know, they didn't try to duplicate me. They did their version of Thorn. And I know you've worked with Harmon, for example. And I don't know about Jeff Tracta, but I know he spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I worked with Windsor.
Well, I look forward to coming to Holland and Belgium and doing some work with you, and hopefully meeting some of my fans in Holland.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
yeah, we can organize it, no worries. And one question more, last question, also from Dries de Winter. What was his mindset about? What is your mindset to get this far? Your mindset. He asked, what was your mindset to get this? You know, like far. Your mindset.
You mean my mindset in Hawaii right now?
I think so. That is the question here on the written questions. You know, so I'm just reading the questions on the text what they sent.
Well, they're asking me my mindset.
Yeah, he asked
right
from
now.
Texel. Yeah, maybe you can say that about mindset.
My mindset right now is very much introspective, because I'm preparing to play this bad guy. I'm getting in touch with parts of myself that are healed and parts of myself that are not healed. I mean, we all have anger inside of us. We all have reactivity, anger towards situations, people in our lives that are uncooperative, and we have this illusion that we can control it. So dark corners of myself that I ordinarily wouldn't show to it, to access them, pull them out, dust them off, look at them, make peace with them, so that you can play them again, but with warmth, vulnerability, and acceptance.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm loving myself, I'm doing mirror work with affirmations, and I'm healing my inner man from this breakup that I went through, where I had given a measure of my power away to this woman who I love very much to give me approval and make me feel good. I can't depend. Everyone will fail us. No one is perfect. No one can meet our needs that we need to be meeting ourselves, and enjoying our life and doing something that is of value on the planet. And doing my work and this emotional stuff that I'm doing on Instagram, I think is a good gift back, as I share my process with fans who follow me on Clayton Norcross .official. And Renee Piani is there with me, interviewing me for Love Tips on Saturday, which is our IGTV broadcast. And we field questions and we talk about, what does it mean to be ready for love? What does love really look like? How do you choose the right kind of partner so you don't just cyclically suffer, but you really think that's what everybody really wants, not casual sex.
Yeah. And he liked your answer. He said, very beautiful answer.
Well, I hope it's thoughtful. You know, I have no interest in hiding my fans. I want them to know my heart. I want them to know also that one of the reasons that the character of Thorn was so rich was I was going through a very desperate heartbreak at that time also. I was separated from my girlfriend, Carol, of about 6 years. And I loved her very much. So I would just put her face on the body of Caroline, and I had no trouble breaking my heart and pleading for her love and trying to defend it in any way that I could. So they saw Clayton being a real experience in Bold and Beautiful as Thorn, but they saw my real life.
Yeah, I can understand. And Clayton, one last question about the situation where we are in about the corona. What would you like to change from before and after the corona? What would you like to change?
My wish would be that everybody take this time not just to stare at the four walls and sort of tough it out, but to say, why is this happening? And I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. I'm saying, why is it happening to me right now in my life? Because I believe in the divine. You know, we may not have the same picture of God, but I believe in a higher power, and I believe no accidents. Something is happening in my life because there's not something to be feared. There's something to be known. And so if I ask that question, if I can be in gratitude even for this, I can then open my heart to gratitude, and I can go, okay, welcome. What am I supposed to see in this loneliness that I feel? Some days I wake up and I meet my gal, you know, who I thought was my gal, but ultimately I find that she's really emotionally unavailable because of you know, circumstances in her life from her past. And, you know, that's her responsibility to work that out, but it's my responsibility to take my power back and give that love to myself and not depend on anyone else for it. So yes, we're much less judgmental, we're less critical.
Yeah. Clayton, the sound, your sound. Maybe you can leave and come back. Go and come back. Yeah. Just you can. I will remove you and then you coming back. Just wait. Yes. So the connection is really a tent, you know, frozen. So even though I couldn't hear the last parts, and hopefully he will come back to say bye also, because yeah, already the time is doing, but we will get him back. Yeah, he's coming back. We are lucky.
Oh,
Hey,
there we
here
are.
you are back. I was
Hi.
just saying you should come back to say bye, you know, at least, you know. But now it's good connection because the last part we almost losing. We couldn't hear you.
Well, I only wanted to say that I hope we all come out of this with appreciating our loved ones and learning how to love ourselves more, because we haven't had so many distractions in our world. You know, we haven't had our shopping and we haven't been able to go to see that girlfriend across town. We haven't had perhaps some of our family members. Some people have lost family members to death and they weren't able to even go to the hospital to comfort them. This is a deep tragedy. But here in America, we've been hit very hard. Thankfully, not in Los Angeles, but I left Los Angeles and I came to Kauai here to my home to just be in this introspective place and to find in my heart to be of loving service to others the best way I can, exactly what you're doing, Beryl.
Yeah, but thank you very much. You know, I mean, it is very nice to connect people, also to see you live here with us, also to connect to Hawaii from Amsterdam. You know, all around the world we do this. Just look, we have now fans watching you from Hong Kong, from Texel, from islands. You know, in Holland. You know, from Turkey, everywhere. Italy.
Can you see how many people are watching us? Can you see a number?
Yeah, in and out. I think we had almost like more than 50 people. More than, I think, around close to, I think, 80 to 100. It's my experience for tonight. Because Clayton, I have a special group, so I open to the groups from my side. I think from you, because you have two accounts and you are connected with Clayton Norcross official.
Yes, ClaytonNorcross.official.
Okay.
Well, I'm wonderful. I love Turkey with you too. You know, it's a country that has a lot of biblical history, and I'm a big history nut. So I hope we get to go to Istanbul together.
Yeah, we should go because Windsor, he was with me in Istanbul. You know, I took Windsor to Istanbul. We had really interesting time. You know, he was only a little bit tired from the traffic because all the time very, you know, busy. The traffic jam. You cannot go. The same as LA, Los Angeles. You know.
I've been to Kushadasi years. I was doing a film in Greece, but that's the only moment that I had to touch Turkish territory, and I found it very fascinating. I was there at Ephesus also.
Yeah, it's very
You know
nice.
Ephesus?
Yes, historical places, and it's very beautiful.
Well, I saw the amphitheater, the Roman amphitheater there that the Apostle Paul had taught in, and it was very powerful for me as a Christian man to stand there and to feel the presence of Saint.
Very nice. Okay, we will do it. You know, so as soon as you are in Europe, you will try to organize something in Holland, in Amsterdam, or in Germany. Then we can be together. We can plan, and maybe we will try also for Turkey. We will see.
Facciamo un circuito per gli amici italiano.
Yeah.
We'll do a circuit. You know, maybe we'll hop around to a couple of different countries, and I'll hope to be there by June, my friend.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe we can make our TV show Bachelor, and you can be the Bachelor, and then we will find you, you know, the candidates.
Okay, all right. I'm open.
look at you. You know, it's really cool. I like it. Okay, Clayton. So then
Thank
it
you
is.
so much for loving you. I appreciate you so much, Earl.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
so
stay in
happy
touch.
to.
Huh?
Yeah, and I'm very happy to have you tonight as our guest for Corona Diaries with me, with chat, exclusive chat with you. So I'm so happy, Clayton. Thank you.
Okay, well, I look forward to spending time with you in person, my friend. Please let me know how you like tips on Saturdays and the posts that I put up, and tell your friends to join me on ClaytonNorcross.official.
I will. All right, man. Keep in
Okay?
touch. All right. I see you. Ciao,
Okay.
ciao. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, my loved one. Ciao.
All right. God bless. See you. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.
So it was a great chat, actually. I love it. Really, it was interesting. I learned again a lot from Clayton about his topics, actually, because I'm also now following him on Instagram. Please follow him also, because he has got really interesting posts on his page. And hopefully we will get him to Netherlands soon, to Amsterdam, after all these things finished about the corona. Then we will get him back. So thank you for watching us. Actually, a little bit difficult connection, you know, at the end, but at least we did it. We finished it without any, you know, problem. And tomorrow, 5 p.m., Samantha Fox will be here live. We will talk. Maybe she will sing. She will tell how she is doing in London, and maybe she will tell more things. And of course, I work with her. She's a great singer and great soul. I love her. And also Saturday, another great lady, Christina Loken from Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. She will talk about many things for you guys very exclusively. She will tell about her new surprise job, new surprise store. So she will tell a lot about that, actually. And we will chat about maybe again from Terminator 3 days with Arnold. Maybe we will show a small clip. And again, yeah, we will do great things. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned with our next chat tomorrow with Samantha Fox. Good night, everybody.